Center on the campus of The Ohio State University. It's the state basketball tournament, Division III semifinals. Semifinal number 2 here tonight as the Tinora Rams out of Defiance take on the Dayton Christian Warriors. Along with our Time Warner Cable crew and alongside Ryan Matthews, I'm Keith Kokinda. Tinora making their first ever state tournament appearance. Dayton Christian only their second. They're only other one coming in 1997. So two pretty new faces. And when you got that kind of situation, you've never been here or haven't been here in a long time, you really depend on your senior leadership, and both teams have plenty of that in this game.
Sure, Keith. No, you got that exactly right. When you look at the seniors, you know, we were talking a little bit before the game, how rare it is and what a luxury it is for both these coaches, and Coach James and Coach Mankey, to both be starting 5 seniors on each side. So certainly will be fun and interesting to watch tonight. Total of 7 seniors on this Ram squad out of Tinora, and Dayton Christian is going to also sponsor 8 seniors as well. So, you know, certainly a lot, you know, they say experience gets you to this level, so certainly the case we see the starters being introduced here for both squads.
Tinora Rams 22-3. Rob Mankey, their coach of his 6th year. They're out of the Green Meadows Conference in Western Ohio, which of course is a big basketball hotbed in this state. It's the 7th time since 1999 that a GMC school has gotten to the state tournament, 4th different school to make it this far. As you see, their starters, nobody averaging over 10 points a game. J.R. Wu, number 1, the 6'3" senior, at 9.8 at the highest. But this is a team that can go as many as 9 deep on their bench, and that is invaluable in a tournament.
And I suspect they will tonight. You talk about a team that's averaging 50 points on the offensive board, but you know what I want to talk about, Keith, is I want to talk about the defense, and really that is what both of these teams are known for. Tinora holding their opponents down to 38 points per game. Dayton Christian holding their opponents down to 48 points per game. So both these teams, both these coaches preach and coach defense first, and I certainly think that's probably what we're going to see here tonight. I think we're going to see a pretty competitive, closely matched, low-scoring ball game that down the 4th quarter, this one's still going to be in question.
And there's one interesting observer, Bobby Hoying, former Ohio State and Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, taking in tonight's proceedings. Tinora Rams, in their 5 previous tournament games, have given up under 40 points in 4 of those 5.
Yeah, and that's impressive. I mean, because at this point you're talking about tournament basketball, so you're not talking about playing against the teams that maybe win 1 or 2 games a year. When you get to that level, the sectional, the divisional, regional level, to only give up, to give up less than 40 per game, that's certainly saying something about.
Yeah, and Dayton Christian, if you've done a YouTube searching and found the name Casey Weber, number 15, you found him. Sectional tournament play. He threw in a 90-foot shot at the end of the 3rd quarter in that sectional tournament win for the Dayton Christian Warriors. He then did it again 3 days later for WDTN when they came to interview him. So if they need a shot at the end, right there, number 15 at the bottom of the screen, he's the guy to look for.
Well, certainly, Casey, a great story, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the ball game, but an awfully fascinating story, full of nice stories that we'll tell here this evening in this ball game.
Taylor Wimpkin gets the tip for the Rams, who go in the road green. Dayton Christian in the home white, opening in a 1-2-2 zone. On the far side, it's Troy Mayer. Now here's Zach Beilhartz. Wu. Back outside for Beilhartz. Here's Taylor Wimpkin. Mayer into the post. Wu trying to post up, gets double teamed, looking for some help. Finally gets it out, Beilhartz, and now Wimpkin. And the Rams will reset with Trey Mayer.
And there's a good shot of that defensive pressure like we've talked about that the Warriors are going to bring this evening.
Here's Meyer from the baseline. It's Wimpkin, leaves it short. Wu with the offensive rebound. Gets it blocked out of there by Aaron Bryant, the 6'7" senior. And we were talking before, for Division III schools, there's a pretty good, both teams have pretty good height up front.
But don't be confused, folks. I mean, you're going to see both these teams are going to be dominated by their outstanding guard play. Their big men certainly are going to get their points in their action, but it's the guards that are going to drive the pace this evening.
And here is the guard, Wimpkin. Gets it poked away from him by Nathan Serenius. Serenius hit a couple free throws with 1.3 seconds left in the regional semifinal win for the Warriors.
We're going on a 75-second possession here so far, Keith. Dayton Christian hasn't even touched the ball yet.
High post, John Gherkin underneath for Wu. Got a little too strong, and the rebound finally corralled by Aaron Deister for Dayton Christian.
Deister, a little bit of their do-everything, leads the team, steals and assists, also in points, so we'll be calling his name quite a bit this evening, also starting out running the point.
Deister averaging 13.7 points a game. Serenius there, number 1, averaging 12 a game. Out wide now, Casey Weber, 6-foot senior. Here's Deister for three, won't go. The rebound grab by Whitkin for the Rams.
Well, and then we talked about, I mean, you're going to see a lot of good fundamentals tonight, and right there, a nice job by Tinora, not on that pass, but a good job blocking out on the last possession.
Yeah, Whitkin pointed to my bad, that was my bad pass. Weber, outside for Deister. Now Serenius for three, a little too strong. Serenius, one of a set of twins. Michael is also on the roster. There's also the Holiday twins play on the junior varsity for Dayton Christian.
So far, 0-0.
Shot partially blocked there. Put back by Gherkin, won't go, but he didn't get fouled.
I think Kenny Florkey's going to pick up his first one there. Kenny, 6'6" senior, and that's going to put Gherkin at the line for his first free throws. We'll take a look at it here one more time. Like I said, Keith said the shot was tipped. Gherkin does a nice job there. Goes up strong. Florkey had his hands up, probably got him a little bit with the body there, and it's going to put him on the line.
Way short on the first. He's hitting 63% from the line. Wu comes out for the Rams. Greg Gherkin coming in. The Gherkins are not related. But you see John, 6'6", Greg, 6'4", also a senior. And we saw it, just mentioned at the opening. They'll go 6, 7, 8, 9 deep on that bench for the Rams. Well, we're still scoreless after the missed free throws. And here's Aaron Deister, the 6-foot senior. Treg Lymanstall out on him. He's into the game, and the pass underneath finds Nathan Serenius for the first field goal of the game.
Nice little backdoor feed there. Deister set that up, used his eyes to fake off the defender, and hit Serenius on the backdoor screen.
Lymanstall, 15 points in the regional semifinal win. He's been the big player off the bench for the Rams in this tournament. Here's Trey Meyer. Gives it up for Taylor Whitkin. He'll drive to the baseline. Nice dish to Greg Gherkin, who can't get the ball to fall. Second chance for him. Still won't go. John Gherkin, the third try. He's fouled by Aaron Bryant.
You know, unofficially, I have Tinora so far with 5 offensive rebounds, so certainly all these second chances.
You got it right. That's exactly what the stats say. 5 offensive rebounds for the Rams.
Yeah, Jason, you see John Gherkin's going to go back to the line, try to atone from his previous 2 misses on the free throws.
4:53 to go.
John Gherkin shooting the second of 2.
As Gherkin makes his first free throw. John Gherkin averaging 8.5 points a game. He's 1 of 4 at the line now, but the Rams have their first point of the game. 2-1. Our score early. Here's Nathan Serenius averaging 12 a game. Here's Aaron Deister now. Deister looking inside. Gets a screen from Kenny Florkey, the 6'7" senior.
And you're going to see that's a lot of what their big guys are going to do. They're going to set ball screens, trying to free up those guards to get some looks from outside, or even to try to dribble, drive, penetrate.
Weber with the dish for Bryant into the lane. The jump hook won't go, and the rebound claimed by Trey Meyer.
Nice defense by Gherkin on that one. Got his hand in the face of Bryant, is able to alter the shot.
Treg Lymanstall, whose dad is an assistant coach for the Rams. Whitkin. Now Lymanstall again wide for Meyer. Meyer, nice feed underneath for Whitkin, who lays it in. Taylor Whitkin's first basket. And the first field goal for the Rams halfway through the first quarter.
Whitkin kind of more or less just kind of got lost there underneath the basket, so I don't know if it's kind of a missed assignment there by the Warriors. But as it is, he found himself wide open, and his teammate did a nice job hitting there with a nice pass. And like you said, Keith, I mean, we're going to see a lot of substitution all night long. Both teams go very deep. Both coaches very blessed with depth on their bench.
Jay Allen, 6'1" junior. As you get a look at Tinora coach Rob Menke. Also Julian Harris, a 6'3" sophomore, into the game for the first time for Dayton Christian. And this is Jay Allen with his first touch. Allen going up against Greg Gherkin way out front. Here's a pass nearly stolen by John Gherkin. Instead, the runner by Jay Allen goes. Allen with his first points. And lead back to Dayton Christian at 4-3.
Nice job there by Jay Allen, squaring up there on the wing, eyeing down the bucket and putting it through the hole.
And Dayton Christian extending his zone out a little farther. Jumper won't go for Greg Gherkin. Held ball on the rebound. Possession favors Dayton Christian.
You know, it almost feels like watching this so far, almost 5 minutes gone here in the first quarter, Keith, that this Tinora team, I mean, the ball just isn't going down for them. It seems to be dropped. You know, watch this one here again, what you can see. Gherkin with the shot. Yeah, like I said, just kind of bounces all over the place there, and then John Gherkin pulls down the rebound and gets a jump ball situation.
Landon Dravis, number 10, a 6-foot sophomore, into the game for the Rams as they put on a little bit more pressure in the backcourt against the Warriors, but the Dayton Christian Warriors able to break that press. Here's Aaron Deister, shot won't go. Rebound will be tipped out of bounds by Tinora.
Yeah, and Keith, you know, kind of like what you're saying about the last possession there for Tinora on the Dayton Christian side of the defense. Both coaches mixing up their defense quite a bit here, kind of extending the zone, a little bit of a trap, settling back into a 2-3. So both coaches not afraid to mix it up on the defensive end.
Deister to the line, off balance, got the basket and the foul. Oh, what an athletic move by Aaron Deister to get that shot away.
That was certainly a special and a certainly awkward play. You saw Aaron kind of going to his left, which is unnatural being right-handed. Take a look at it here one more time. Nice little crossover. Wow. Yeah, he almost just splits there in midair. Is able to fight through that, get off a shot, at least give him credit for throwing it towards rim, and you never know what can happen. In this case, he gets it plus the free throw. Give him 3 on the day. Biggest
lead of the game so far. Now Dayton Christian also putting on some defensive pressure in the backcourt against the Rams. Greg Gherkin. John Gherkin gets it outside for Treg Leimenstahl.
You know, both these teams, they're definitely playing extended zone. There should be room, there should be space underneath if they can get it to them.
Leimenstahl, an NBA range 3, no good. Julian Harris, the rebound for the Warriors. Out quickly for Deister. Deister finds Allen. Allen over John Gherkin, a little too strong, and John Gherkin able to claim the rebound for the Rams. 2:15 to go in the first quarter.
Nice job there by John Gherkin, not only defending the play, but also pulling down the rebound.
Nice feed by Gherkin to Leimenstahl, who got fouled by Julian Harris, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And you talk about the lid being on the basket right now. The Rams 1 for 9 from the field. Dayton Christian not a whole lot better at 3 of 8.
Yeah, certainly not the start that Coach Manneke probably drew up on the whiteboard in the dressing room before the start, but certainly they're not doing themselves any favor on the free throw line either, Keith.
No, there's another miss. 1 for 5 now from the free throw line. Here's another look at that last foul.
Yeah, and he just did a nice job of getting, you know, Julian Harris committed, and really the referee had no choice but to call the foul and put Leimenstahl on the line.
Wu back into the game for the Rams. Leimenstahl, as you get a look at the very young Chip James, only 27 in his first year at Dayton Christian. Leimenstahl splits the pair. He's their leading three-point shooter, hitting over 45% from beyond the arc. And keep in mind, it's the white arc that we're using, not the red one. That's for the men's college game. Here's Nathan Serenius back in for Dayton Christian. Nice crossover going against Beilhartz, who's back in for the Rams as well. And here's that extended zone again. You were talking about more of a 1-3-1 look for the Rams this trip up the floor. Down to 1:48 to go in the first quarter. 7-4 Dayton Christian in his Division III semifinal. Winner gets Cleveland Central Catholic. Deister hit hard by J.R. Wu. And the foul whistled up. That'll be the 3rd on the Rams. 3 also on Dayton Christian.
Yep, take a look here one more time. Watch Wu just getting a little over-aggressive there, jumping on the screen. I think you saw an opportunity there to pick Deister's pocket, but
nearly a clash of heads there. Yeah. That could have been ugly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Nice feed in the lane to Kenny Florkey. Great pass from Aaron Deister for the assist, and Florkey with the basket.
Yep, you got it right. Deister, of course, like we talked about, leading the teams in assists, and showed right there that he's not just a jump shooter or a circus shooter in the lane. He's got the ability to dish a rock as well.
Leimenstahl checks with the bench for the play. 1:10 to go in the first. Here's Beilhartz. Leimenstahl out here for Landon Dravis. Down the quarter, it's John Garman into the game, 6'3" junior. And now trapped is Dravis.
His zone's giving a little bit of fits. I think they need to try to drive and penetrate, maybe look to kick out. But, you know, right now just not a lot of Dayton Christian is not giving them any kind of breathing room out there.
No, they aren't. Wu gets double teamed in the corner. Tried to draw the charge was Aaron Deister. He didn't get it, but it does go out of bounds and will stay with the Rams. 41 to 4:10 seconds left.
Nice job there. Watch here, watch Deister and Julian Harris just kind of collapse down. Classic. Textbook there, uses the baseline as the 3rd defender. Almost gets a turnover, just unlucky there on the tip out of bounds, and it will stay with the Rams.
Down to 33 seconds, pass in the lane for Garman. Garman lost the handle, got it back in off the glass.
Yeah, I think that's what they need to do a little bit more of. I think the middle and the paint area can be there for them. They just got to kind of get by that press around the zone.
Going to the basket, Julian Harris, offensive foul. That'll be the 4th on Dayton Christian here. 17.5 seconds to go.
Full court.
J.R. Wu calling the play, gets it in for Garmin, and Wu will take it back to Lymanstall.
And now we're seeing some full court press, Keith, so
down to 12 seconds.
A little bit of everything so far.
Garmin with 9. Lymanstall looking for Wu. Instead outside, off the hands of Garmin, out of bounds. Or check that, it was off of Landon Dravis. And Aaron Bryant will come back in for the Warriors.
You know, even with it being a pretty tough first period here for Tinora, right in this one, only down by 3 points, you know, like I said, kind of struggling from the field, struggling from the line. So, you know, both teams, this is a big atmosphere. I mean, you're talking about, you know.
Serenius well off the mark on the buzzer, and that will do it. A low-scoring defensive game, as you predicted, Ryan Matthews. 9-6, Dayton Christian leading Tinora. Back with the second quarter after this on Time Warner Cable, local on demand. There you get a look at the Dayton Christian student section, and they're officially bananas for their basketball team here.
That's good. He's got his buddy with him there too, huh?
There you go. The second time they've been to the state tournament. As you see the stats from the first quarter put up on the screen.
Well,
Tinora with the first possession of the second quarter.
The one thing that's certainly keeping Tinora in, as we talked about, is the rebounding margin. 9 so far, 5 on the offensive glass.
J.R. Wu leaves the shot short. Kenny Florkey the rebound for the 6'6" senior.
Yeah, I like what they're doing, Keith. You know, shooting can slump, but defense doesn't. They keep playing good defense. That'll keep them in this ball game. Eventually, the shooting's going to turn around.
Nathan Serenius. Trey Meyer out on him. Serenius looking down low. Florkey trying to back in. Or check, that's Florkey now as Bryant, who gave him the ball. Back outside for Jay Allen, who starts the second quarter. Now they find Florkey down low, and he gets it in off the glass. Kenny Florkey with his first basket, second basket. He now has 4 points. And the Dayton Christian lead out to 5.
That was a nice job there by Florkey on that last one. Had position on John Gherkin. I liked what he did. He didn't mess around with it too much. He just turned around, took it right at the basket, and was able to get the bucket.
We talked about these teams having depth. Already 8 points combined off the bench for these teams. Dayton Christian 5 and Tinora with 3. Wu outside for Beilhartz. Dravis gets it to Meyer. Meyer trying to find John Gherkin, passes offline, and Dayton Christian with the turnover, and they're on the run now. Nathan Serenius. Serenius for the free throw line, too strong. Rebound, Aaron Bryant had it, lost it, and it did touch him last.
Certainly a good hustle play there by Aaron Bryant, 6'7" senior. Timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout, but you know, so far, I guess one thing that is a little surprising to me from the Tinora standpoint is, you know, really we talked a little bit in the pregame how they don't have any players in double digits, but the one closest to double digits is going to be J.R. Wu at 9.8. And so far, unofficially, I have him with no points so far.
Right.
0 for 3 from the field, but you know, I think he's the guy. And it was interesting, you know, Coach Manti took him out there pretty early in the first quarter, so I don't know if it was just depth or he saw something that he wanted to communicate to the young man, but to me, for this Ram team to have some success here in the second quarter and going forward, he's the guy that they really need to start to get on track.
And something else, excuse me, for Tinora, you think with all the offensive rebounds they're getting, only 1 second chance point for the Rams, despite the fact they have 5 offensive rebounds so far.
Yep.
Tinora's still struggling, shooting 2 for 11 from the field right now.
That's still not 2 for 6 from the free throw line, yep.
Here's John Gherkin going down low. Shot was altered. Wu with offensive rebound for the Rams, and they'll get another shot at it. Here's a 3 for Wipken, way off the mark. And coming away with it is Jay Allen, the junior. Here's Casey Weber. Now Allen. Weber also a standout of the Dayton Christian soccer team as well. Backing in an offensive foul called against Kenny Florkey.
I think that's the second time that J.R. Wu's generated an offensive foul there, but you see Florkey had nice position in that. Watch Wu. He's just going to beat him to the spot. Just does nice stuff. Yeah, and that's what happened. Looks like Florkey just kind of lowered his shoulder there, Keith.
Florkey's second foul too, so that'll get him off. So that'll get him off the floor.
Probably for the rest of the half. And you know, for Coach James too, I mean, with his depth, probably not as much of an issue.
No.
But you hate to lose a big, you know, a guy at 6'6", you know, real space eater down there in the paint.
Treg Lyman-Stahl is swinging wide for Wimkin. Wu in the low post. Out for Gherkin from the baseline, and he hits it. John Gherkin with the basket.
I've seen John take that shot a few times now. Looks very comfortable, able to swing out there kind of on the wing. You know, certainly finding a little bit of space out there, which has been certainly an issue for this Rams club so far in the first half.
John Gherkin with his first field goal. He now has 3 points. Dayton Christian's lead down to 3 with 5:25 to go in the first half. Shot by Weber is off the mark. Rebound grab by Michael Serenius into the game for the first time. His pass is stolen by Wimkin. Out of bounds, it's off of Dayton Christian. Great play by Wimkin to save that in off the leg of Chris Weber.
Sure was.
Casey Weber.
Nice, good hustle play there. Only down by 3, still hanging around there. But take a look at this one. You're going to watch Sirius after doing a good job getting the offensive rebound. Looks to kick it out. And then you're going to see Wimkin just kind of flash in there. Nice heads-up play, just to kind of drop it right off of Casey Weber's
hip.
Yep.
Long 3 by Lyman-Stahl will go. The rebound grab by Michael Serenius to his twin brother Nathan. Try to drive the baseline. Backs it against Gherkin. Shot will go, and here come the Rams on the run with Lyman-Stahl. Lyman-Stahl will hold it up now. Wimkin, and now Beilhartz, and Wimkin again. And again, more of a passive zone from Dayton Christian. Nice pass down low to Wu, gets the basket and the foul. A great feed from John Gherkin.
That absolutely was. You saw Wu just kind of flash there on the bench as you hear the Tinora student section giving the Wu chant. Watch this one, just kind of a nice drop down, nice bounce pass. Wu takes it up strong. Going to draw the foul on Aaron Bryant. I think that is his second 2, I believe.
Wu, a 58.7% free throw shooter, missed that one. Weber had the rebound and Gherkin fouled him. Here's another look at that basket for Wu.
Yep, just kind of a nice drop pass. Bryant with the foul. That is going to go ahead and send him to the bench as well, and that's going to bring Jay Allen back in. So far, I mean, both the bigs for Dayton Christian, a little bit of foul trouble in Florkey and Bryant.
Dayton Christian also with 6 fouls as a team with 4.5 to go here in this first half. And their lead is down to 1. Weber stumbles and falls and fell out of bounds with the ball. I think he might have caught that OhioHSports.com logo, maybe.
Just kind of unlucky. You hate to see that happen to a young man, especially at this level, but certainly part of the game. And hopefully you can put that behind him, play on, play a little bit of aggressive defense here, and bounce back from that one.
4:20 to go till halftime. Dayton Christian's lead down to 1. John Gherkin, the long pass across for Zach Beilhartz. Now here's Taylor Wimkin, finds John Gherkin, an offensive foul on Gherkin.
Yeah, same thing, real similar to what Florkey did on the other side, except in that time Gherkin kind of took the pass, and I think we did the same thing, just kind of lowering that shoulder, trying to find some room.
First foul on Gherkin, 5th on the Rams. Here's another look at nobody with more than a foul for Tinora at this point.
Yep, and that's certainly important. Watch this as we, hitting pretty hard there too. That was
great job by Aaron Deister to draw the charge. Here's Jay Allen. Good move to get around Lyman-Stahl. Now Deister will launch a 3. Short. Rebound claimed by Wimkin. Wimkin ahead for John Gherkin. Now finds Lyman-Stahl. Has to back it out. Now they'll go low post for Wu. Wu. Lyman-Stahl faked the 3. Trying to find some space, but there's not a lot of space to be found against this suffocating defense. Now Wu going strong to the hoop. John Gherkin, an offensive rebound and put back.
And I like that, and that's exactly what I like Wu to do, because what happened there is then he left Gherkin wide open underneath. Timeout on the floor.
Timeout call. Gherkin now with 5 points to lead all scorers. We'll be back with more after this on Time Warner Cable, local on demand.
Wrestling champion when you sport the latest OHSA.
Here's another look at that last play for Tinora.
And I like that. That's exactly what Wu did there. I mean, he's got that 6'3" frame. He's got some quickness to him. I like that he took it, and what he ended up doing is left Gherkin wide open underneath the hoop. So for the easy, I mean, he almost made the bucket himself, but as it was an easy tip in for Gherkin, bringing up to 5 points. Also worth noting, too, so far, 8 3-point attempts from the ball game, 4 on each side, none made so far.
Tinora with their first lead since early in the first quarter. As you see, Ray Mankey giving instructions, and now we see Tinora putting on the full court pressure here. Nathan Serenius able to get into the front court here with 3:16 to go in the first half. Division III state semifinal. Winner gets Cleveland Central Catholic, a game also available on Time Warner Cable Local On Demand by way of Sports Time Ohio.
Of course, Central Catholic had no problem dispatching a Piketon 76-52, so certainly be a tough matchup for whichever one of these teams survives and advances.
I don't imagine that either of these teams will play like Piketon did. Piketon's radio announcer said it was one of the worst games they'd seen to play all year, as going up hard for the rebound was Aaron Deister. He landed on a Rams player awkwardly and then landed on the floor even more awkwardly.
I think they're going to Lyman stall on that one.
Yeah, they are. And the Rams fans cannot believe that one.
I thought that certainly, I think he had pretty good position there.
Well, the only thing I can think of is saying that he backed up into Deister while he was in the air.
Yeah, I mean, that's what blocking out is, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
6 fouls for each team now. So the Warriors to inbound. Here's Casey Weber. Gets it into Deister for 3, and he got it. First three-pointer of the game. And Christian back in, Dayton Christian back in front. Long pass looking for Greg Gherkin is too long. And a turnover gives the ball back to the Warriors.
So just like that, the Warriors are back on top by 2 points. Big three-pointer by Deister. Deister, the second leading all-time scorer in Dayton Christian history. I like they did there. I mean, Webb with the inbound pass to Deister, and he knew exactly what he was going to do from the get-go.
Liebenstahl nearly with a steal in the backcourt on the full-court pressure, but he saved it right to Nathan Serenius of Dayton Christian. Here is Deister. Deister nearly stripped from behind by Liebenstahl. He got the held ball, but possession remains with Dayton Christian. This is why I don't like this alternate possession rule.
Yeah.
A great play by Liebenstahl. He should have at least a 50-50 chance to get possession back, and he doesn't.
And Liebenstahl, you're going to watch his hustle play. Watch him come flying back. He was the one that tipped the ball, saved the ball in the previous corner. He was almost back in the locker room to hustle back and get the held ball.
Kid's pretty fast. Serenius in the lane gets the ball to roll in. And the Warriors back up by 4 with 2:05 to go in the first half. Here's Liebenstahl spinning over a couple of players. Shot won't go. Michael Serenius the rebound for Dayton Christian briefly, but tipped out of bounds off of Tinora. And the Warriors keep possession with 1:59 to go.
Well, you talked about Liebenstahl a little bit in the pregame. I mean, he certainly is their spark plug. Bring him off the bench, and he's bringing an awful lot of energy right now. Almost gets the bucket. I like the move. I don't have any problem with that. Gets back in there, gets his active hands. So Liebenstahl at only 5'9", he's a junior, so he will be back next year. Like we said, a lot of seniors on both these teams' rosters, but both teams have some juniors and some underclassmen. They're certainly contributing tonight as well.
Allen's cross-court pass nearly stolen by Taylor Wimpkin. 1:50 to go in the first half. A pretty good Division III semifinal we have going here. Weber to inbound. Nathan Serenius to the baseline. Got the ball off the glass. Warriors up by 6.
Serenius starting to heat up a little bit, scoring the last 4 points for Dayton Christian.
Here's Beilhartz for John Gherkin. Trying to back in on Michael Serenius, and he gets the jumper to go. With 1.5 minutes to go till halftime.
You know, and Keith, I like what they're doing. I think they should really ride Gherkin as watch turnover here.
Greg Gherkin to the basket, and he got the basket, bank shot in.
With Brian Florkey both on the bench for Dayton Christian, Gherkin now has a lot of size advantage over anybody else on Dayton Christian. So
John Gherkin, the leading scorer now in the game with 7 points. As the ball goes out of bounds off of Tinora. And that's a great point, Ryan, as we take another look at that steal and score here.
Watch that. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he did slip on that logo.
Yes.
I think you're exactly right, Keith.
Oh, they had problems with that in the NCAA tournament last year. Roy Williams especially was very vocal about it. They finally decided to get floors specifically for the tournament without those decals. There we are. You see the score, the time in the last minute of the first half. Nathan Serenius high off the glass.
Nathan Serenius catching a little bit of fire here at the end of the second quarter.
Nathan Serenius with 8 points. He's now the leading scorer of the game. Greg Gherkin gets it outside for Zach Beilhartz. Now here's Taylor Wimpkin. Leaves it for Landon Dravis. Down to 33 seconds. Beilhartz will reset the offense. Dayton Christian going more man-to-man now. Down to 25 seconds. Beilhartz gets a screen from John Gherkin. Now gets it to Dravis. Dravis to the baseline, cut off there. Back outside for Beilhartz. Down to 15 seconds. Trying to draw the charge unsuccessfully as Jay Allen. Down to 10 seconds. Here's Beilhartz, down low, Greg Gherkin, pump fake, off the glass and in. Here comes Nathan Serenius, won't count, and that'll do it. A terrific first half in this Division III semifinal. Dayton Christian up by 2 over the Tinora Rams after 16 minutes of play. Back with the first half stats in the second half after this on Time Warner Cable, local on demand. Getting ready to start the second half of this Division III state semifinal along with our Time Warner Cable crew of John Hall, Jim Kramer, Mike Hall, Steve Hall, Ryan Noblet, Dustin Haywood, Ed Jones, Austin Kennedy, and Derek Eaton. He's Ryan Matthews, I'm Keith Kokinda, and we talked about right at the opening, we were expecting a defensive battle, and we've got that so far.
Well, we certainly do. Right about where I would have thought, you know, this is, I figured this game would probably end up in the high 40s, low 50s for the winning score. So, you know, right on pace for that. Both teams kind of, I don't want to say struggling, but, you know, Rams at 40%, Warriors at 45% so far in the first half. And I think that's as much a tribute to both teams' defenses and you know, their ability to stretch the zone out, mix up the defense. We've seen a lot of that. You know, certainly I'd be a little concerned if I'm Coach Banke with the free throw shooting.
Yes.
The 2 for 6, you're leaving quite a few points out there, but you know, right there with it. I mean, in a half that, for the most part, I felt like Dayton Christian was in control. To have Tinora only be down by a bucket, I think they're right there in there, and I'm ready for a great second half.
Well, certainly defensive play requires toughness, and Dayton Christian certainly has that in a lot of ways. First of all, they don't even have their own gym.
Yeah.
They have to play their games at Fairmont Middle School, which is 11 miles from Dayton Christian High School. They also had 3 players involved in car accidents while driving either to or from practice during the season. No serious injuries, fortunately, but still, that kind of resiliency can be very valuable when you get into this kind of situation.
Yeah. No, and I like, you know, what a magical environment is. Nice shot there, the student section for Dayton Christian, but, you know, you read the local papers, whether it's in Dayton or Defiance, and you hear the folks, you know, you get the quotes from the newspaper reporters, and you hear how much this game, and to get this far, means to the folks in the towns. You know, with Tinora, I almost had the feeling that, you know, really, Keith, the last person out of town was in charge of turning off all the lights, because I'm pretty sure most of the folks from that little town are here in Columbus right now this evening here.
Yeah, Tinora out of Defiance actually had one scare in the regional semifinal. They had were down 21-6 to Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy before coming back to win that game. So the Rams are certainly, as they say in tennis, match tough as well.
Yeah.
As they will have the ball in the road greens. You get a look right over our shoulders at the floor here at the Jerome Schottenstein Center. Dayton Christian, the home whites. Tinora in the green, and the Warriors up by 2 to start the second half. They led by as many as 6 late in the first half.
Florky and Bryant both back on the floor, each with 2 team fouls. Certainly the coach does not want to pick up the third here anytime too early, so he may have had to make some adjustments on their defensive style.
Julian Harris, a backup, also ended up with 2 fouls in that first half as well. Here's John Gherkin. He's going to launch a 3, rattle the rim, and the rebound grabbed by Kenny Florky for the Warriors. Here's Aaron Deister. Deister looks for screens, then he'll go to the lane. Got the basket and the foul!
Right there, you saw the quickness of Deister. You saw a little bit of a gap. I think you saw some of the big guys for Tinora maybe weren't paying. Take a look here. See what you think. See Deister do a nice job going to the left.
What a great first step, too.
Everyone kind of switches off to get out of the way of him, and that's that scorer's mentality. You know, Aaron's a guy that averages almost 14 points per game, and certainly well on his way to meeting his average in the state semifinal ball game.
Deister made both of his free throws. He now has 9 points as the Rams throw the ball away. Deister's 9 points, leads all scorers in this game.
Certainly a nice example here. That pressure, that little trapping zone that Dayton Christian's implementing here, it's kind of confusing the Rams a little bit.
Now the Rams try to put some pressure of their own on the backcourt. Here's Nathan Serenius going to the baseline, cut off there by Zach Beilhartz, number 4 for Tinora. Now here's Casey Weber. Aaron Deister again, but he walked with the ball. 6:53 to go here in the third quarter. Greg Gherkin returns. Again, the Gherkins are not related. J.R. Wu will take a seat. This Dayton Christian team also faced some adversity after their only other state tournament appearance in 1997. Subsequently, they were later found in violation of OHSA recruiting rules. And then last year, Casey Weber was actually cut from the team by their coach, who actually ended up leaving the school to take a job down in Florida.
Yep.
And that brought Chip James into the coaching spot for his first year as a head coach.
But, you know, just amazing. I mean, what an inspirational story. You know, a guy that going into his junior year doesn't make the team. Now you turn around, you fast forward 16, 18 months later, and he's starting here in a state semifinal game. So
and getting on SportsCenter, too.
Getting on SportsCenter. I mean, really, I mean, that's, you know, that to me, I played high school athletics. I mean, that's what it's all about there. And I do firmly believe that effort and hard work and putting your time in can overcome a lot in life.
John Gherkin called for foul. That's his second. First player with more than one foul for Tinora. 6:15 to go in the first quarter, or for the third quarter. Kenny Florkey lost the handle on the ball, and the Rams come away with it with Taylor Wimpkin.
Nice help defense by Beilhartz on the last play.
And then Beilhartz hits the 3 to follow it up.
Just like that, back to a two-point game, yep.
And there's a steal by Greg Gherkin. Lost the ball, got it back, looking for help. Gets it outside for Beilhartz. Thought about a 3.
He wanted that one, didn't he?
He did. He thought about that one, too. Instead gets it to Greg Gherkin. Now here's Wimpkin. Trey Meyer into the post for John Gherkin. Wimpkin looking inside. Skip pass, Beilhartz. A 3, rattles the rim. Rebound grab by Deister. Deister to Weber ahead of the pack. Great catch, got fouled on his way to the hoop. Looked for a second like he might got called for traveling, but he did get caught too far to the basket, but he did get fouled.
Yeah, certainly credit Casey for the ability to bring in that Hail Mary there, and certainly credit Beilhartz for doing a nice job getting back on defense, preventing the easy layup.
If he were playing soccer, if he were playing soccer, he would have been offside. He was ahead of the pack when the pass came to him. He's also a standout on the soccer team. Here's another look at that great outlet pass from Deister.
Deister, yep, right there to Weber, just right over the shoulder. Yeah, you might be right. He may have had a few extra steps in there, but Beilhartz got back, caused the foul, makes them both.
Well, Weber hits both free throws. The Warriors lead back up to 4. Trey Lymanstall back into the game. Trey Meyer will sit down again. Lymanstall, the leading 3-point shooter for the Rams. And who only have one 3-pointer in this game so far. That was the 3 earlier, hit by Zach Beilhartz. Foul underneath.
This could be on Florkey or Brian. We'll have to see who it is.
Serenius gets called for the foul. Nathan Serenius, his first on the Warriors. So I'll put John Gherkin at the line again. He gets that one. He's now 2 of 5 at the free throw line with 8 points. He is the leading scorer for the Rams so far. And now he brings the Rams back within 2. And more full court pressure from Tinora.
Yep.
Pass gets away from Deister, but he gets it back and is able to break the pressure. Deister to the free throw line.
Well, he's got a nice touch. Very
sure
comfortable
does.
with that little 12-foot jumper. And believe me, folks, that's not an easy shot. Going 100 miles an hour to get to the spot, then to quickly pull up. We got another turnover.
Here's another steal by the Warriors, but a walking call against Kenny Florkey. Aaron Deister now with 11 points to lead all scorers.
Florkey kind of got caught in no man's land.
Yeah, he sure did. You could tell he was of 5 different minds at once there.
Yeah, you can tell he certainly gets the pick after the tip there by Weber. You can tell him he turned around there. He knew one thing. He didn't want to have that ball in his hands. So.
No, he didn't. Lymanstall gets out for John Gherkin. Now Wimpkin. Wimpkin for Lymanstall. Lymanstall, the high post for John Gherkin. He got fouled.
think they're probably going to get Deister. Yep, that's what it's winning.
Deister, that'll be his first foul. Second on the Warriors. Florkey will sit down for Dayton Christian.
Julian Harris back in the ball game.
As is Landon Dravis, number 10 for Tinora. Gherkin, Greg Gherkin now from John. They're not related. Here's Leibenstahl for three. Second three of the quarter for the Rams to bring them within one. Into Julian Harris, a kicking violation. Harris again also played with 2 fouls. Here's another look at that three.
Yeah, watch this one. Just a nice start by Leibenstahl. Swings it over wide open. Nice look. This press, this full court press has given the Warriors a little bit of fits here as you see Deister's able to break it.
Nathan Serenius, shot too strong. Rebound grabbed by Wibkin. Wibkin on the move and stolen away by Casey Weber. Weber with Nathan Serenius. He'll go all the way himself. No, offensive foul.
Just, yeah, I think he brought that little chicken wing is what they call it.
Yes, the arm coming up exactly right. First foul on Weber. Third on Dayton Christian. He's a little bit bemused by that call.
Take a look here. Weber's just going to kind of sneak in there and pick the pocket. Watch that left arm.
It looked like Leibenstahl had the position as well, too. Leibenstahl nearly had his pocket picked by Deister, and now finally finds Dravis in the front court. 3:47 to go in the third quarter. Greg Gherkin finds some space into the lane, too strong, and the rebound claimed by Harris.
But certainly that's the kind of shot that Coach Mankey wants to see. There's nothing wrong with that shot at all. They just didn't drop for him.
Weber into the lane, stolen away from him by Dravis.
Nice job there. Landon, sophomore, one of the few sophomores that's going to see too much playing time so far this evening.
More of a passive zone for Dayton Christian. Long three by Leibenstahl. His second three-pointer of the quarter. And the Rams are now 3 of 9 from beyond the arc, and the Dayton Christian Warriors turn it over. Tinora with their biggest lead of the game. Only 2 points. But what a time to get it.
And right there, the side of the section where the student section start for Tinora. Goes watch over there to Coach James if you think about a timeout, but he's saying let's go ahead and play through this. Watch Leibenstahl.
That's an NBA range three, too.
Way out there.
And you kind of a push motion out off his shoulder almost that he shoots with, but it works. Leibenstahl, he's feeling it now, left that one short, and Harris with the rebound for the Warriors.
Yeah, and I like what Coach James doing. He's saying we're going to play through this, still plenty of time to go. I've got a senior-laden team, so we're just going to work through this.
Sereni is too strong, and Leibenstahl the other way for Tinora. 2:46 to go in the third quarter. Rams with their first lead of the second half. John Gherkin for Wibkin. Now Greg Gherkin in the corner. Harris checking him, and back outside for Taylor Wibkin, 6'1" senior. Now Leibenstahl as the Rams look to slow it down with 2.5 to go in the third.
Like you said, Keith kind of settled into a little bit more of that passive 2-3 zone. Now they're extending pressure a little bit.
Leibenstahl going into the lane. Outside Wibkin, another NBA range three, a little short. Aaron Bryant had the rebound, he got fouled.
I think they're going to get Gherkin.
Yeah, I think they are. 4th foul on the Rams.
That's going to be third on the Gherkin.
That's John Gherkin's 3rd foul. Here's another look at it.
Yep, take a look there. Gherkin has pretty good position.
He came in from the side, reaching with the arm a little bit.
Yep. So Gherkin's going to go ahead and sit on the bench, and that will bring in J.R. Wu.
J.R. Wu returns. Wu with only 2 points so far in this game. Here comes Jay Allen for Dayton Christian, but he threw it right to Taylor Wibkin.
Nice hustle. I think Leibenstahl may have got a hand on that, kind of doubling back. Watch out here.
And he calls a timeout. Boy, you can tell his dad's a coach.
Smart play there. He knew he was in trouble.
And there's you see the turnovers. That's what's really turning this game around in Tenora's favor. 7 turnovers by Dayton Christian, whose student section looks a little bit more worried now than they did after the first half with 2:03 to go here in the third quarter.
First half, of course, Dayton Christian up by 2 points. Now Tinora swung that in their favor, up by 2. A little over 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So, you know, what a great atmosphere, though.
Yes.
I mean, to see all these fans, to see this arena where there's, you know, so many great players have been through over the 10 to 12 years of the history of the Constantine Center. What's that?
10 years.
10 years, there you go.
Then the 10th anniversary signs all over the ticket entrances. So. And Dayton Christian out of the Metro Buckeye Conference. I'd like to make sure we thank their people for helping us out. Their principal, Mark Schaefer, Brad Pompas, the athletic director, and Chip James, the head coach, and his staff for helping us get ready. Also for Tinora, their principal, Phil Knopfsinger, athletic director, Brent Renelay, and the head coach, Rob Mankey, and his staff. Thanks to them for helping us get ready for this game tonight. Wu tried to back in on Florkey, who's back into the game. Wimpkin faked the three. Wimpkin going against Allen. Now finds Dravis in the corner, going around Weber. Gets past Weber. The floater in the lane too strong. And Weber with the great outlet pass ahead for Deister. And he lays it in. Aaron Deister now with 13 points to lead all scorers. And we're tied at 29 with a minute 20 to go. There you see it up in the top left corner.
Deister just kind of snuck out there the second he saw Weber had that rebound secured back door.
Nice backdoor cut. Should have been a goaltending, I thought, but it doesn't get called. Going the other way, it's Deister off the glass. No, offensive rebound. Florkey lost it. Harris following up, lays it in.
Harris with a nice defensive play on the defensive side of the glass, and is able to follow it up. Nice job running the floor by the big guy.
Last minute of the third quarter. Dayton Christian back in front in this terrific semifinal here in Division III. Now Wu going to the basket, got fouled. So J.R. Wu will go to the free throw line, where he is 0 for 1. Here's another look at it.
Take a look here by Wu. Nice job there. Switched over to his right hand. Gets the blocking foul. And we'll go to the line. We'll shoot a pair.
Wu, 58.7% from the line. Hits his first one. First free throw he's made.
How about this stat for you, Keith? Points off of turnovers for Tinora, 13. Points off of turnovers for Dayton Christian, 2.
And a lot of that's coming in this third quarter.
Yep.
47-3, 10 seconds to go. This to tie the game. When he does it, J.R. Wu now with 4 points, and the Rams put on the full court pressure here for the final 45 seconds of the quarter. Wildheart's back into the game. Here's Harris. Deister. Zone look for the Rams here in the final 35 seconds. Deister will back it out. That's landed Dravis out on him. Now Deister will go strong to the hoop. A little too strong. Harris couldn't get the second chance to go. Now Weber. Nearly stolen, but Allen gets it. Over to Deister. Deister to the baseline, tried to circus shot, but Wu fouled him with 19.8 to go.
You know, I like what Deister did is he went strong to the basket, came in there off the wing, got in the air, you know, got in a position where Wu had to foul him, and that is going to be the second on Wu. Watch what he does here. Much dice, that's the previous one, that little circus shot, and it's going to kind of ping pong all around all over the place.
Deister makes the first free throw. He now has 15 points. He's 4 of 4 at the line. That leads all scorers. John Gherkin with 9, but on the bench with 3 fouls, leads the Rams in scoring. And the Warrior lead back to 2. And now the Warriors put on some full court pressure. Wu, pretty good ball handler for a big guy. Gets it ahead to Dravis. Dravis down low for Greg Gherkin, who got fouled. That will be the 5th foul on the Warriors, 5 also on Tinora.
I think that's going to be 3 on Casey Weber, too, so I suspect he'll probably come out for the remainder of the... Yep, you're going to see Nathan Sereni's back in the ballgame. I suspect he's going to get Casey Weber, and that's what they do.
Weber comes out, indeed, is his 3rd foul. So there you see 11 and 8 tenths to go. The lob in for Greg Gherkin. The fall away, a little short. And Deister with the rebound. Down to 5 seconds. Deister into the front court. Deister, the 3, short. And the heave won't make it. 8 minutes to decide this one, maybe even more. Back with the 4th quarter of this Division III state semifinal after this on Tidewater Cable, local on demand. The Tinora student section put up a cheer you don't often hear in this building. The Go Green, Go White cheer made popular up in Michigan State. That's one of the unique things you see in a state tournament played in this venue. Dayton Christian, the home white, with a 2-point lead over the Tinora Rams for Defiance in the road green. Dayton Christian led by as many as 6 late in the first half. Here's a 3 from Deisler, which comes up short, and a rebound grab by Beilhartz. Beilhartz, Greg Gherkin to his right, will slow it up instead. Now he's going to try a 3, left it short, and the rebound grab by Florkey ahead for Nathan Serenius, but it's stolen away from him by Treg Limenstall.
Yeah, Limenstall just kind of all over the court. He scored a few buckets. He's got 7, 2 over his season average. There's a long 3.
Left that one short, though. Rebound, finally Beilhardt's able to run it down.
Another offensive rebound.
That's 7 offensive rebounds, or 8 offensive rebounds now for Tinora in this game. Still trailing, though, by 2. Limenstall, Wu, looking inside. Now Trey Meyer back into the game. Meyer looking for Wu posting up. Instead back out for Limenstall.
Almost need to get some motion. A lot of standing around,
yeah,
Keith.
You
need to get some motion going.
You're right. Wu comes out high. Trying to get by Florkey. Cut off. They swing it around Beilhartz. Now goes to the low post for Greg Gherkin. Back out for Beilhartz. Gherkin trying to find some room. Now here's Meyer. Wu. Wu into the lane, blocked by Florkey, who grabs the loose ball for the Warriors.
Nice play by Florkey there, just held his ground, used that 6'7" frame, 6'6" frame. Senior forward to get up there and knock down the shot by Wu.
Allen on the run, left it short, and Limenstall with the rebound for the Rams. Tinora led by a couple of points in the third quarter, and here's a basket for Beilhartz to tie the game at 33.
And I like what Zach did there. He had an open 3-pointer, choose to go ahead and take a dribble, move it in a few feet where it's a little bit higher percentage shot, knocked it down, tie this ball game up again.
Beilhartz now with 5. Allen's 3-pointer is off the mark, and the rebound grabbed by Greg Gherkin. So the Rams try to get their noses in front again. They led briefly during that third quarter, but never by more than 2. Again, for the Tinora Rams, their first ever trip to the state tournament. Here's Limenstall. Gives it up to J.R. Wu. Now wide for Limenstall again. Into the low post, Gherkin. It's Greg Gherkin trying to back in. John sitting with 3 fouls. Limenstall pressured by Nathan Serenius. Gherkin tried to spin and find some room. Now Trey Meyer left the 3 short. Got his own offensive rebound. Limenstall finds some space. Boy, Nathan Serenius can get off the floor, can't he?
Oh, he sure can, sure can.
They're faking him off the floor, but he's got some great leaping ability. As you see, the shooting not terrific for either team, but it's about the same, and that's why we got this tie ball game here, 33 each, with 4:37 to go.
You know, if I'm thinking about the right, unless I miss something, that's the first dead ball so far here in the fourth quarter.
I think you're right.
So over almost 3 minutes and 30 seconds without a dead ball as you see the substitutes coming in, but I think the coach probably wanted to see them come in a little bit earlier. You see Wu here kind of slice and dice. Yeah, I think that's probably the right call.
Yeah. Full court pressure from Tinora. Warriors have had little trouble with it so far. Here's Nathan Serenius, double teamed on that far side. Finds Aaron Deister. On the far side, Serenius to the baseline. Left that one short, and Greg Gherkin another rebound. So the Tinora Rams trying to get in front again. They have not led in this fourth quarter so far. As you see, the shooting has definitely was a lot better in the second quarter than it was at any other point. Here's John Gherkin back in the game. He's played with 3 fouls, 4 minutes to go in regulation. A timeout called by Tinora.
Yeah, and I think that's the same thing. I think just Coach Mankey wasn't liking what he was seeing there. Just was having a hard time getting the offense set. Probably, you know, and I think this is probably a good place to get a timeout, reset your players, get a set play in the ball game, and try to get a bucket here and break this tie up a little bit.
That's a good point, because it was getting a little bit out of control there. Again, these teams know for their defense as much as anything else, and certainly getting into an up and down game is a little bit out of character for both of them.
Sure, right. Yeah.
So probably a very good call, a timeout call there by Rob Mankey. Also want to make sure we thank the people of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, Dr. Dan Ross, Rob Goldring, Tim Stribe, and the rest of the OHSAA staff. Great job they did in helping us get ready and also getting us primo seats here at Media Row. And of course, also our thanks to everyone at The Ohio State University for staging this tournament, as well as all the help they provide to us here in the media during this tournament weekend.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got it, Keith. There's a lot of folks that certainly go into this, making this production happen, and hopefully you and I do it somewhat justice, right?
Absolutely. 3:57 to go in regulation. The Tinora Rams, with their first ever state tournament appearance. Dayton Christian's only other state tournament appearance. They were losing semifinalists back in 1997. So one of these teams is going to win their first ever state tournament game, but how long that takes remains to be seen. Here's John Gherkin. He has 9 points to lead the Rams in scoring, also with 4 rebounds. John Gherkin tried to back in. The little jump hook goes, and the Rams are up by 2.
Nice touch here by John. Give him unofficially 11 so far in the ball game, and certainly the most. 5-second call.
5-second call. Another turnover. That's been the problem for Dayton Christian this second half. A lot of turnovers. They now have 15 on the night.
Yep, take this one more time here. Watch Gherkin just with the left hand. Nice little drop step. Right around the 2 6'6", 6'7" players there by Dayton Christian. So that is a big-time play by a big-time player in a big-time game.
Tinora to inbound. That's Taylor Wipkin. Now John Gherkin for Treg Lymanstall. Now Wipkin back to Lymanstall. Gherkin thought about a 3 for a second there. Instead out front for Wipkin. Now Greg Gherkin. Casey Weber on him. Lymanstall looking inside. That's Kenny Florkey drawn out high on him. Lymanstall able to save the ball in the corner for the Rams. 3:03 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just still so impressed by the defensive pressure of both these teams, especially Dayton Christian in these last couple possessions. Just giving Tinora absolutely nothing to work with.
And Tinora have held 4 of their 5 tournament opponents under 40 points in a game this year. Here's Beilhartz. And a steal by Aaron Deister. Deister going 2-on-1 with Florkey. The flip to Florkey. To the basket, no. Rebound and a foul against Dayton Christian.
And I think Weichman may be a little shaken up there. He's hold that elbow. It's pretty ginger, shaking it off.
Yeah, you see him there shaking that arm. Here's another look at it.
Yeah, you're going to watch Deister pick the pocket there. One too many passes finally got him in trouble. And he knew Florkey was coming. And Florkey just plows right through.
Oh, that looked painful. That even looked painful.
Yeah, sure did. I've got
a
little bit of push
against
and shoving.
Tinora. That's their 6th.
And I like this. I like what the official's doing. He's stepping in. We're not going to give out a foul. We're just going to say, let's settle down and play ball. Here we got 2:36 to go in a good ball game.
Florkey got knocked over. Check that. Aaron Bryant got knocked over. No call there. And Aaron Deister will set the offense for the Warriors. 2.5 to go in regulation.
Well, both teams pride themselves on being physical, especially on the defensive end. That's what we're seeing right now.
Serenius nearly walked with the ball when he got on the floor. Weber, a deep 3. And the Warriors back in front by 1 and a timeout.
Well, you want to talk about a shot that comes out of absolutely nowhere. A player with Serenius falls down on his knees. He looks like he hurts himself, just kind of kicks over to Weber. Weber turns and chucks it from deep. Nice defense there by Lymanstall, and he's able to knock it down. Take this here one more time. Watch Serenius. Kind of gets in trouble, almost kind of breaks his ankle there a little bit.
He actually tripped over John Gherkin, I think.
And then he hits the big shot. The Weimkin, yeah, man, he was kind of banged up on the previous play. And you can see there's that Dayton Christian feeling a little bit better about the where the team stands here, up by a point. 2:17 to go in the fourth.
Here it is, one more look at it.
Yeah, kind of got tangled up. I think you're right, Keith.
Yeah, he got tangled up with John Gherkin, and then the NBA range 3, and Weber finds nothing but the bottom of the net, if I may be permitted to borrow a phrase. 2:17 to go in regulation. Here's a look at the earlier play previous to that. Yeah, the 2-on-1 with Florkey. Ooh, how a foul is not called on that, I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm not sure which way it would have gone. I think it looked at for a second like Wipkin had the position.
I thought he did too.
But either way, I thought a foul should have been called one way or the other.
I think you could certainly argue that Florkey was, like a player control type foul. But
you see J.R. Wu back into the game for Tinora. out of the backcourt with Lymanstall. Wu into the front court now, gets it to Landon Dravis back into the game. Lymanstall resets the offense. 2 minutes to go in regulation time. There you see the clock up in your upper left corner. And Lymanstall's father and assistant coach for the Rams. Wu looking inside as Landon Dravis comes up in the low post. Instead, Wu will back it out now. Good patience being shown by Tinora. Here's John Gherkin. Now Wimpkin. Wimpkin.
Still giving them nothing except around the perimeter.
Yeah. Wu going inside. Now Lymanstall for the baseline. Got the friendly roll. And the Rams up by 1 with under a minute and a half to go in regulation.
That young man had such a nice game. Well-rounded. 3 rebounds, a couple assists on the game, so just a nice all-around effort in the state semifinal for the senior Lymanstall.
Aaron Deister, 1:10 to go in regulation.
Check that Lymanstall, just a junior. He will be back next year.
Here's Casey Weber. Aaron Deister for 3. It won't go, and the rebound grab by Wimpkin, and he's fouled. And this is where Tenora's have problems at the free throw line. 6 of 11
Dayton Christian foul on number 15.
so far tonight. That's 6 fouls, so there won't be free throws. Both teams at 6 with a minute to go here in regulation.
See Casey Weber, watch Wyman does a nice job boxing out. Casey Weber kind of flies in there, out of control, picks up his 3rd personal foul.
Full court pressure from the Warriors. Lymanstall being chased there by Julian Harris. Triple team is able to find Dravis. Dravis with 50 seconds and a timeout called by the Rams with 49 3/10 to go in regulation, up by a point. And if you're the Warriors now, obviously, with Tinora having possession, how long do you wait before you foul someone? Because Tinora has not been good at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, I think as soon as you get it to the right person, meaning somebody that doesn't shoot well from the free throw line, I think you go ahead and foul pretty immediately. You're still in a 1-on-1 situation. Even if they make both, but you can foul the right person, may or may not happen. You want to leave yourself enough time because the way that this guard-oriented offense that Tinora runs, I think they certainly could work the ball around long enough to kill off enough clock. But yeah, as we saw in the previous play, Deister was certainly able to pick the pocket and make something happen. So I think you pressure the ball, you go for a turnover, then as soon as you get it to the right player, you go ahead and you foul when you put them on the line.
Here's a look at the free throw numbers. J.R. Wu is 2 of 3 at the line. Lymanstall 1 of 2, and John Gherkin 3 of 6. They are the only players who've gone to the free throw line tonight. So I would think you might want to foul. I don't know if he's going to be in the game right now, but Zach Beilhart's only hitting about 68% from the free throw line. He's not in there right now.
Yeah, probably at this point you'll start to see some of those offensive for defensive substitutions on the dead balls. So not pressuring it, letting them get into Lymanstall. So maybe they are going to play some straight-up defense here, it looks like.
Here's Lymanstall, 43 seconds. Trey Meyer, and he calls another timeout right in front of us with 39 8/10 to go. And that might have been one just to see what the Warriors might be throwing out there in the way of defense to see how well whether or not they were going to attack the ball, go for the steal, or just try to foul right away.
Yep, 1 timeout left on the Tinora sideline, 2 on the Dayton Christian sideline. So at this point, 39.8 seconds. I wonder if we'll mix it up here and they'll see a little bit of pressure on the basketball, but certainly a nice little half-court trap there was effective in drawing the dead ball. Take a look there, you see the Tinora Rams getting the play from the Coach Mankey. Of course, we've talked about the Rams in uncharted territory at this point. Furthest they've gotten in the past was the regional semifinal ball game. So looking to have a so-called date with destiny on Saturday with a very good Cleveland Catholic team that we saw play earlier. Yep.
Lymanstall, now Wimpkin. Aggressive play on defense by Aaron Deister, but he did commit the foul. That'll be Deister's 2nd, and it will put Wimpkin at the line. He is their leading free throw shooter, 78.6%, but he has not made one tonight.
That's
so
right.
This is his first trip to the line. There you see Wimpkin ready to attempt probably the 2 biggest free throws he's ever tried.
Well, I think there's no doubt about that. It makes these two, and it gets very interesting. It puts a lot of pressure on Dayton Christian. Misses one, certainly gives them the opportunity to hold, wind down the clock, look for a shot, maybe about the 10-second mark. If you don't get it, look to foul.
Well, he gets
That's
the first one very calmly. And they get Tinora. This matches their biggest lead. They have not led by more than 2 points, and those leads came here early in this quarter and in the third quarter. And there's the biggest lead. So now, but 35 and 7/10 seconds left. You don't necessarily have to get a 3 right away.
You're right. You're very right. Yep.
Here comes Nathan Serenius. Down to 30 seconds. Looking for Weber. There he is. Now here's Deisler. Left the 3 short. Deisler trying to get the rebound. Out of bounds. Up of Deisler to the Rams.
They had the shot they wanted, though.
They sure did.
They had Deisler wide open there in that spot that he likes. But as it is, after the loose ball, kind of bops around there for several players, the official says, we're going to go Ram ball. And certainly now with 22 seconds to go, Keith, they've got a foul. They got a foul pretty quick.
If they don't get the steal, certainly they do. Wu comes off the floor. Beilhardt's in. As Ron Mankey wants a little more ball handling out there. But first timeout by Dayton Christian. They have 1 left, as do the Rams. Here's another look at the 3 by Deisler.
Yeah, take a look. Let's see what you think. A little bit of confusion on whose ball it was going to be. Nice tight angle there. I don't know. Could have been a fingertip in there.
Yeah, if tough to tell from that. At that speed, especially. Yeah. I'll give the men the striped shirts the benefit of the doubt on that one.
I'd probably agree with that.
You talked about the defense. Here's another look at it. Let's save angle, though.
Watch Trey Myers' left fingertip there.
Dayton Christian substitutes number 23, Julian Harris.
I think they got right. I think they got that one right. I think Aaron Deister's right hand was the last to touch it. So it sure looked like the right decision. So Wipkin, who just hit the 2 big free throws to give the Rams their biggest lead of the night, will inbound it. 22 seconds left in regulation.
Seems to be some discussion on whether they're going to let a substitute come into the ball game. And they sure will.
Jay Allen, he will indeed come in.
And what I would do, I'd look for the inbounds pass and then look for him to try to give it right back to Wimpkin very quickly.
Yeah, Wimpkin's the best free throw shooter on the team. Wimpkin gets it into Leibenstahl, is racked down. That's an intentional foul.
That made
absolutely the right call there.
That may do it. You know, nice sportsmanship there by Deister. Comes over and helps the young man up. Leibenstahl's able to kind of right in front of us here laugh that one off. So he's going to shoot a couple and get possession. Take a look at this here. Watch Weber just reach in there. Just kind of get right around the back, throw him down right in front of us.
So 2 free throws and possession for the Rams, and this could do it with 20 and 7/10 seconds left. Here's another look at it.
Watch this one, just kind of gets him right around the race there. Wow. Ooh. Right underneath there.
And with that made free throw, it's now a 2-possession game.
5'11". We don't have a weight listed on, but he can't be too much there. And
no, he's a thin one, that's for sure. And Leibenstahl knocks down both. He now has 11, as does John Gherkin to lead the Rams. Here's one more look at that.
Wow.
Now Weber,
that's unfortunate. You know, we talked.
He had to foul, absolutely.
He did have to foul.
But it was the right
that way.
Yeah, but absolutely the right decision to call that the intentional foul there. Into John Gherkin, Leibenstahl. The 2 leading scorers at Leibenstahl gets fouled by Serenius.
You know, somewhat of an unfortunate, such a good, hard-fought, tough-defended ball game. You know, certainly that's not. Who knows if that would have made a difference or not? But at this point now, 5-point lead, 16.4 seconds to go in this game, pretty much no longer in question.
So the Tinora Rams have booked their place in the state final against Cleveland Central Catholic, their first ever state tournament appearance so far, a successful one, as Leibenstahl knocks down the first free throw. And he's now 5 of 6 at the line, 13 points for Leibenstahl off the bench.
You know,
that's 13 of the 19 points off the bench for the Rams. Lyman still has 13 of them.
Yep, nice shot there. The Dayton Christian bench. Of course, this game isn't going to finish up quite how they wanted it to. You know, you saw a lot of the quotes from Coach James going into the season with these seniors, with these 8 seniors he had and the 5 that he ended up starting. He knew he had a special team and certainly did, getting to the state Final Four. You know how special that is, and it's not going to end up how he wanted to this evening, but certainly a season to remember back in the Dayton area.
Here's Jay Allen. Chris Fletcher, number 4, into the game for Dayton Christian at the end. Allen gets the roll to narrow the margin to 7, but that's it. The Tinora Rams will face Cleveland Central Catholic for the state championship in Division III.
You know, Keith, I think we talked about it. We knew that this was going to be a ball game. You know, these two teams to me were almost mirror images of each other, and for really, you know, about 30 minutes of this 32-minute ball game, they played it neck and neck. It was just about that last 2 minutes there where the Tinora Rams were able to pull away and punch their ticket with a spot in the state championship game that's going to be coming up here on Saturday.
So again, thanks to our Time Warner Cable crew. There they are. For Ryan Matthews, I'm Keith Kokinda. Final score, Tinora Rams 43, Dayton Christian Warriors 38. Good night for the Jerome Schottenstein Center in Columbus.